Sprout the seed. Main character. Sprout is a small seed who dreams of growing into a towering, powerful tree. His story to be a tree, many challenges that we talked about soon, but let's get into the story about Sprout and his journey to be a tree. A little sprout was born from a seed in the soil filled with nutrients that fell from a tree. That tree was his father. Little Sprout started to sprout with a tiny leaf above his head, starting to see the world and the forest around him, being able to see the sunlight and many other things. After a couple of moments in the forest, he starts to have his nutrients and his water. Sprout begins to take root, drawing in these waters and nutrients. He meets many friendly creatures who offer him guidance, like a bee. The bee has pollination, which is where they gather pollen grains from another male to a flower, giving the nutrients to grow. In the forest, there are lots of sprouts like him, many bees, and of course other organisms like friendly mushrooms that connect to sprouts' roots where both the mushrooms and sprouts benefit. The sprout gets nutrients and the mushroom receives sugar. This is a relationship between the two. Sprout faces many challenges as it grows. The shadows from the larger trees limit sunlight. Way too many trees taking the sunlight and other nutrients. This, on top of the lack of water from the drought conditions, reduces even more water and nutrients. These problems lead to growth issues. There's a squirrel that takes sprouts to eat his lunch. As the squirrel is coming, a storm hits and a tough rain. This squirrel, named Carlitos, runs from the storm, bringing his lunch back to his home, trying to eat it. He ends up dropping Sprout in a rush from the lightning and the rain. This leaves Sprout in an unknown new place by himself. The storm continues for hours. As Sprout holds on tight, he sees that there's a big tree keeping him safe. This tree later introduces himself as Gramps, shows that the forest is very lonely, filled with nutrients and water. This water and nutrients came from the storm. The storm, as explained by Gramps, brought many new things, like different organisms that can join the forest and help both of them grow and build a successful ecosystem. This ecosystem, after the storm, brings in bees. The bees bring more nutrients through pollination. Sprout finally finds his home, being able to sprout up with the help of the bees and the other organisms like the mushrooms, giving him a chance to grow. Without the storm, Sprout would not be able to be the tree that he finally is. With Gramps passing away, Sprout finally matures, standing proudly as a big tree, contributing back to the ecosystem by providing shade and even a home for the squirrels, bees, and mushrooms that gave him the chance for this journey. Sprout is now a powerful tree